What's going on, everybody? It's my Paul. Thank you all so much for checking out another video. And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about DMZ. Now, I'm going to do a full first impression of DMZ in a separate video because this is not that. Alright, so is DMZ a suitable replacement for Plunder? Let's get to some gameplay. And yeah, right, okie dokie. So I'm not happy about this. We've spoken about this a considerable amount recently, and to all my fellow Plunder players out there, it's not an adequate replacement. But firstly, look, I need to thank everyone for the likes on the videos I've been getting, subscribers have just gone up, views are just going ridiculous. So I want to say a big thank you for that, because honestly, like, obviously I've took a hiatus from this channel and kind of messed around with it, and to see people coming back after I've been really neglectful towards it, like, I can't actually believe I'm getting a second crack at this, and yeah, that's incredible, so thank you very much for that. Now, DMZ. Thing is, I want to like this mode. I do. I genuinely want to like it, but I've got so many problems with it. Now, gameplay watching in the background, it was me and another random, because at this point in time, you still can't squad up with your friends, because, you know, Activision are only like a multi-billion-dollar company, so how can we expect them to have party features there at launch? Crazy, I know, right? Absolutely crazy. And in this mode, you go and collect loot and extract it, and you shoot bots and sometimes enemy players. I don't think I've actually seen any enemy players yet, to be honest. I think that's a lie. But the problem with this mode is people are way too eager to rage quit. Now, that aside for now, because DMZ's got its whole thing, let's compare it constructively. And yeah, so Plunder was a fast-paced game mode, and it was all PvP, you know, multiple squads of different parts of Verdansk or wherever, and you would all drop in and shooty fun time, collect as much cash as you could, extract it whilst you could. You could buy certain things to be able to extract it portably, you know, and it was just a great time. All in all, a fantastic time. You were getting to epic shootouts, you would have amazing gunfights, you would have things happening all over the map, and you had the top earners, and then they'd have the helicopters coming down. You have to work together to shoot them out. You could pick up contracts, you could pick up bounties. Why the fuck have you not brought that game mode back? Oh my god, that's dumb. You're dumb. Like Infinity Ward, Raven, whoever. You're freaking stupid. So yeah, it was a fun, fast-paced, action-packed mode. Now, and also with respawns. And DMZ, what is DMZ? And I'm not going to shit on it too hard, because the mode's not bad. The mode actually isn't bad. I can see myself playing this. I can. For a bit, at least. But it's nothing compared to what Plunder was. So in DMZ, you go in, you shoot bots, you try to take out strongholds, you unlock certain things, and you take them away for you and bring them back in different matches. That's all a bit weird, and if you die, you lose things. If you don't exfil with stuff, and there's a money system, but then you can't take it with you. I don't, it's weird. Like I said, I haven't completely got my head around it yet. When I do, you'll be the first to know, I can assure you. But it's a good, decent mode. It is a decent mode, and I'm not going to say it's not a decent mode. This is a fun mode. It's an interesting mode. Why did Plunder have to die for you? Why? It just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. With having the bots in, does it make the mode fast-paced? It makes it paced. You know, it's paced okay. Go to certain areas, some AI bots. I think there's meant to be human players as well. Like, I might be wrong, because I don't actually think I've seen another human player yet. So it's kind of like a big game of Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's all it feels like it is at the minute. And you get a gun, which is classed as contraband, and take it out the map. It's dead weird. It's so odd, and it's all right though. Like, you know, I was having a couple of games, but it relies that, you know, this game mode lives and dies by your teammates. And with matchmaking, with party support not happening, not a thing at the minute, then it's hard to jump on with the guys that I'd usually play with and organise properly. I went in game chat. I was in game chat, you know, putting your headphones on. Hello, anyone there? And nothing, not a thing, not a whisper. And you need to coordinate, because one of you needs to find stronghold keys. You need to go into them. They don't really explain to you what you have to do. And in like this situation here, we're going to try and get the cargo to a certain point. Cool, that's fine, I'm on board with that. Big ass helicopter comes. We are not communicating whatsoever. Like that, you know. I tried to speak to them, but they were having absolutely none of it. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna do my best. He ends up dying and rage quitting, then leaves me here solo. Now I got away with what I needed to get, but I still don't really understand how it happened. And that's the thing with this, it's complicated. And alright, you can say, oh, it's not that complicated once you know this. No, for somebody who, who works for 9 hours a day and has 2 kids and a wife and every other thing, who just wants to just jump on and enjoy himself, God forbid, I just want to jump on and enjoy myself and have a casual mode. This might be it at some point, but at this point it doesn't feel like that now, because there's just too many different factors to it. And thing is with Plunder, it was dead simple. Get your loadout, pick your loadout beforehand as well, because in this I'm like, oh, do I take my MP7, or if I die, am I going to lose it? But my RPK's ranking up great, because that's all the enemies seem to be carrying. That or shotgun, so yeah, fuck it, alright, cool, whatever. And in Plunder though, you could make your normal loadout like you would in multiplayer. And like, see, I just kind of like randomly like fell out of the boat, and then he went down. I was like, well, we're both fucked here, aren't we? Let's be honest with ourselves. He hasn't bothered communicating. He hasn't decided, he hasn't told me that when I came off the turret, I would just magically fall off the back of the boat and decided to drive on headlong into trouble. Whatever. What fucking ever. And when, like I say, with Plunder, it was a lot more simple. And if your teammates did decide to rage quit on you, or they weren't communicating, you could sort of follow them about. You could sort of like follow them about. You could get the general gist, and you could pull out wins. Even with randoms, you could pull out wins. Hell, if you were good enough, you could even do it on your own. You could even sort it out on your own. That wouldn't be an issue either. But with DMZ, you just have to be so like you just have to like be worked together. You have to be in sync. You kind of have to know what the other one's doing, and to make it work. And I've played a couple of modes of this now, and there were certain times where one of us was trying to find a stronghold key, and it may have been somewhere in the building, but for all we know, one of them had it, and we don't know. We're just kind of waiting around to see what the score is till we get bored and just kind of like move on to somewhere else. And that's one thing you shouldn't be feeling in these modes. That's one thing like that. I tried to revive the guy. This is what annoyed me. I tried to revive the guy. It wouldn't revive in water. Boom. He was like, alright, fucking see you later, I'm out. So, like, alright, I'm just now left here with my dick in my hand. I've got a self-revive. I kind of know what I'm doing. Let's see if I can get some shit out of this map. And for that, like I said, it's actually quite good. But it's not like, it's nothing. It's nothing compared to Plunder. It's nothing compared to the fun I had with that mode. It was nothing compared to getting on with your buddies and just dropping down. Where we're dropping tonight, lads? And it just spawns you in a random location, and you just have to walk or drive or find something, whatever. And it's not like, where we're dropping, cool, we're dropping, alright, why do you want to drop at the airport? Because we hate ourselves. Alright, cool, let's go. Like, why do we want to drop at the supermarket again? Alright, fair enough, alright, whatever, alright, we'll do it. And, it's just like you've lost that cohesion with the game with this. Having someone that we could drop in, maybe with other players, then that would make it a little bit more fun, but obviously then I know that takes away from challenges, and you have to do certain things to get certain blueprints, and all that goes hand in hand together, because you kind of need to be bribed to play this mode. Whereas with Plunder, we didn't have to get bribed to play it, we could just play it, we could just enjoy it, and it was a good time. And you could just like rank up your stuff, you could rank up your guns, you can rank up your character. This, you kind of have no real control over what you're actually going to rank up. You've been given like a base set of weapons, and you just need to go in there and hopefully you find one that you haven't unlocked, or one that you want to level up, and then drag that out with you. That's not fun. That's random elements. That's gambling, effectively, and that's all. That's all it is. And the thing is, I think this mode could be great when it gets more fleshed out. Now, obviously, I'm kind of like dipping into my DMZ first impressions video here, and like I say, if I'm comparing the two as it stands, what was better, DMZ or Plunder? Okay, so this is where DMZ is here. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Why did you take Plunder away from us? But Plunder was... But okay, I can't reach that high. It was so much better than this, I can assure you. And DMZ ain't no Plunder, man. It's not. And this is why we need Plunder back. We do need Plunder back. And I'll tell you what, right now, right? I'll be honest with you. If Plunder was in this mode, if Plunder was in here, I tell you what, I would be like a dog with two dicks. I would, because I don't hate DMZ. I don't hate it at all. You know, if anything, I think a couple of tweaks here and there, in changing a bit of stuff around, having an economy system in place maybe, because like you're collecting money, but it's used to buy stations. You can't take it with you. I don't think. I don't know. I've taken like loads of like thousands of in-game dollars out with me, but I don't know what I can do with it. And I don't know if I keep it. I don't know if I lose it. I just don't know at this point. But I'll tell you what though, and if they had, honestly, if they just made Battle Royale solos, trios and quads, had DMZ, and just had a plunder mode, because how many times have I said, if you just made a plunder mode, if you just made plunder and just gave us plunder, then we'd leave you alone. We don't want all the nonsense that the Battle Royale guys want. We don't. We just want our one mode, and just leave us there. Just leave us in a corner. In a corner. We'll be happy over there. Don't worry about it. Just leave us there. Don't have to chuck us any crayons, any colouring books, nothing. Just leave us. Just leave us. Just go. Just leave us alone. We'll play here. It's fine. Just take us and forget about us. We're going to have a great time. Also, the Battle Royale guys are moaning at you about one thing and another and how they want this and how they want that. And we'll just be like, we're having a fucking great time. Should try it. It's mint. And then, you know, you could have everything. Everybody could be happy. Everyone. Because they're going to make a community from this. A DMZ community. Because it's got the potential to be good. Not just good, it's got the potential to be great. I can feel it. But it's not plunder. It's not what we want. And if they could just find a way of integrating all three modes together, a triangle of perfecta, then we could quite happily just leave. At the top, at the peak there, you got your Battle Royale guys. They're all in there, swimming in their own jizz, having a great time, sat in a corner, can't move. Hopefully the gas doesn't come and get them. Woo! But the gas mask got a quick run. Oh, it's the only time we've run all games. Fucking great. Go. And yeah, they're fine. Just leave them over there. I got shot by a sniper 3 days away. This is a fun mode. And then you can have your and now, you know, I'd actually join them. I'd join the DMZ guys. Here, you know what? We can form it like a little union. You know, we could be bond. We could be brothers. I'd play this. It's alright, you know. Plunder shouldn't have died for this. But it's alright. And we could have been like friends. We could have been friends. It would have been like Romeo and Juliet, just looking at each other from across the fence. No, a love that could never be established. It was forbidden. No, it'd have been fine. We'd have all been fine. We could have all played together. It'd have been great. We'd have had a great old time. But no, it hasn't. And like I said, out of this, I do think DMZ is going to be my mode. I do, because I do like it. Plunder shouldn't have died for you, you bastard. But it's not plunder. And let's be real. We can make all the jokes that I want. You've taken away a mode that was loved by so many people, and you've replaced it with something that's not just a little bit different. It's just a minute bit of difference. No, it's so far a fucking way from where plunder was. It needs its passport to get there, because they wanted to just make this unique mode, and I get that, and I'm fully on board with that, and I think DMZ is going to be a fine addition. But plunder shouldn't have died for this. Plunder should not have died for this. Because when they add more updates to it, when it gets more interesting, when they add all the bells and whistles to it, and they add different enemies, because at the minute it's like bad guy with vest, juggernaut. That's kind of all it seems. Helicopter, plane, whatever. You know, when they add all the things to it that they're going to add, this is going to be a damn fine mode. And I can already feel it. I can already feel how much I'm going to play this mode. It's going to be a lot. But it's not plunder. I wouldn't play it as much as I'd have played plunder. See, now I knew I took stronghold keys out of here, but then I lose them. This confused me. I was kind of thinking, oh, I'm going to watch that back. So when I got back, I didn't have the keys. And yeah, man, it hurts. It does hurt, because plunder shouldn't have died for this. It shouldn't have. You've just seen 20... If you're still with me at this point, you've just seen about 15 minutes of DMZ footage. Make your own mind up on that. I enjoyed it. And I'd be full of shit if I said otherwise. But I'm telling you now, it's not a replacement for plunder.